going to do rear brakes, rear drum brakes specifically, obviously. And what I tend to do is I'll do one at a time so that I always have one completed one to go back and, you know, look at, make sure I've got all the little bitty pieces in the right place. And you don't want to just dismantle, throw everything away, order all new parts, because you actually do reuse some of the pieces. There's little pieces in here and here that do not come with the kit. So just be mindful of that. It's best to order the kit if you're doing like I am and just replacing everything, then to just jump right into it. So the other thing I'll also do is make sure, as best I can tell, I have everything that I need, and that's, I'll set it all up like this, and then I'll take all the new parts and kind of lay them out in a box or on the ground, kind of just to make sure I've got all the springs, all the little retainers, all the parts that I'm going to need to replace. I was not able to find things like this little spring in here. Fortunately, mine look like they're fine, and I'm not sure what you would do other than try to find a junkyard piece if that spring is destroyed, broken, unusable. The last thing I'm going to do that I don't have out, that's still sealed in a bag, is replace the master cylinder. So hopefully I can walk you through this step by step. There's a reason why people grumble about drum brakes. It is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but they are every bit as good as rear discs, unless you're upgrading to like a 4-piston bare brake system or something like that. Like a stock 1-piston rear disc brake setup isn't any better than your drum brakes. The big pro with the rear disc is that it's just easy, super easy in terms of service. One of the things I did forget to mention was the inner seal here, or I guess this is technically the outer seal. So on the rear Dana44, there is not an inner seal, it's an outer seal only, which sits right here. And that's super easy to pull out. Your slide hammer that you use to pull the axle out, there's an adapter that will kind of hook over the edge of the seal, and you just kind of pop it out with that. And then popping it back in is equally easy in terms of just finding a large socket or something to just carefully tap it in to get that in place. And that, I mean, it's like a $10 part or something like that, and in my opinion, completely necessary if you're going this far and you're replacing everything in the rear brakes anyways. So might as well, you've got the axle out, might as well replace that too. Alright, so everybody's going to have a little bit different way of tackling this. Alright, so these guys, you want to twist and turn. I'll show you what you're looking at with a new part. So there's a little spring that holds the cup, and this pin goes through, and it goes through the cup and then turns and locks. So you're trying to compress the spring and turn so that it'll come out. Alright, so I jumped ahead a little bit, forgot the video. All I've done though is just given a little bit of WD-40, and on the back side, see if I can get it to focus, there we go. we're going to remove the brake line and the 2 bolts holding in the master cylinder, and the brake line is a 3/8 brake line, and those bolts are 1/2 inch. There we go. Just like that. Comes out. There's the new one. Okay, just realized that I messed something up, so I need to reshoot this part. I forgot to install the gold piece along with the spring. It's all retained together. So the magic of video editing, you can cut back to doing this correctly. Hopefully it's still just as much a pain in the keister as last time. There we go. And, oh, yes. Got it. Okay. Those of you unfamiliar, what I was doing there was on the back side here, I was holding on to the pin so it didn't push out. And I laid the tip of the pin, you know, which has got a flat end, horizontal, and lined up the retainer clip at the same angle so that it could just push in and then essentially turn 90 degrees and have it all lined up. Now, on to the next few steps. Okay. Piece is wandering off on me. Somewhere in this mess. What will I just do with it? Oh, nope. That's not it. Alright, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Here we go. Okay. So, this is the bracket that works the emergency brake. And it hooks in like that.
Okay.
Okay. Slight interruption of the family. So, in theory. Right.
6.5 hours later.
Okay. There was a significant delay. We'll call that dinner. And so I've lost a bit of my light. It's okay. Alright, so this is the emergency bracket for the emergency brake. And it goes behind the pad. And hopefully we can get this sucker in. And the emergency brake cable on without too much trouble. I did not. There we go. Oh man. This needs to go into place before we get on to the next part. Alright, so that hooks in Cool. WD-40 into that. There we go. Click. There we go. Yeah, sure. Okay, the little grooves have to line up there. There. Goodness. This guy. Get him in place. Go. There we go. Okay. So then this guy goes into that guy. All right, so then this short guy. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh. Yeah, come on. It's got to have room for this guy to hook over. Oh. Ah. My knee been in the shot the whole damn time. Oh, come on. What mad scientist invented these things? Oh, come on. Go. Forgot about that trick. Okay. Oh, jeez. Alright, so the last piece. Just remembered to put this guy in. Nope. Oh. Wasn't as bad as I thought. In. That is over. This end hooks around not just the brake pad, but also the back plate here for the emergency brake. So it's got to go over both. And that clips in there. Alright, now we just need the bottom part here. Seems better. Oh, come on. What am I hitting against? Dunk. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Woo. Right. Oh, I think it's done. Shift that way a little bit, maybe. Too much. There we go. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Let's clean the pads off before I forget. Here's a little bit of an opening, and you'll reach in and rotate this. And as you rotate this, is that coming on the camera? Zoom in on it. As you rotate this, it expands it, and that makes the pads go out a little bit. And what you want to do is get the drum brake, once it's all said and done, get the drum on and adjust this, expand it out where you can feel just a little bit of resistance. You can hear the pad rubbing on the inside, just a hair. And that's it. That should be set to be used at that point.